First problem, if omega is a complex cube root of unity, then sigma r is equals to 1 to n r into r plus 1 minus omega into r plus 1 minus omega square is equals to. The options are 5025, 4020, 2016 and 3015. So here given that sigma r is equals to 1 to n r into r plus 1 minus omega into r plus 1 minus omega square is equals to. What is this value? This is a given question. So first we take the product here, r into, first we take the product of the second and third terms here. So this is r into r plus 1 into r plus 1, r plus 1 whole square minus r plus 1 into omega minus r plus 1 into omega, r plus 1 into minus omega square minus r plus 1 omega square minus of minus plus omega cube. Now here r plus 1, r plus 1, here r plus 1 minus r plus 1 is the common term, so taking common that term, so this is minus of r plus 1 into, so the remaining value is omega plus omega square. But what is omega plus omega square? Omega plus omega square is equals to minus 1. Now this is equals to sigma r is equals to 1 to 9 r into r plus 1 whole square minus r plus 1 into minus 1, that is plus r plus 1 plus omega cube. Omega cube is equals to 1. Now this is equals to sigma r is equals to 1 to 9 r into, now taking the expansion here, now this is r square plus 2r plus 1. So r square plus 3r plus 3. Now adding the all terms here, we get r square plus 3r plus 3, and this is equals to r cube plus 3r square plus 3r. Now applying the summation to these three terms, already we know that sigma r cube is equals to n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square, n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square, and sigma r square is equals to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, and sigma r is equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. Here the value of r is r equals to 1 to n. So applying the all formulas to these terms here, so first value sigma r cube. Sigma r cube means that is n into n plus 1 n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square, where n is equals to 9 here, that is 9 into 10 by 2 whole square. This is the first value, plus 3 into sigma 3r square, that is 3 into sigma r square. So r square value 9 into 10 into 2n plus 1, that is 19 by 6, plus 3 into sigma r, that is 3 into sigma r value n into n plus 1 by 2, that is 9 into 10 by 2. And this is equals to 45 whole square, 45 into 19, 45 into 3, taking 45 common here, so this is 45 into, remaining value is 45 plus 19 plus 3, 22, 45, 67. Now taking 45 into 67, which returns the answer 3015. So answer is equal to 3015, that is the last option. The next problem, if alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square plus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0, and 2 alpha by 3 minus 4 alpha, 2 beta by 3 minus 4 beta are the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and the GCD of abc is equal to 1, then a plus b plus c is equals to. So the options are 11, 0, 243 and 81. So given that alpha and beta are the roots of the given equation, x square plus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0, this is the given equation, and given that alpha beta are the roots of this equation, and also given that ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, this is another equation, and the roots of this equation are 2 alpha with 3 minus 4 alpha and 2 beta with 3 minus 4 beta. These two are the roots of this equation, and also given that GCD of abc is equals to 1, then what is the value of a plus b plus c? That is a given question. So first here, given that alpha comma beta are the roots of this equation, that is alpha square plus 7 alpha plus 3 is equals to 0. Given that alpha is the root of this equation, that is alpha satisfies this equation, so alpha square plus 7 alpha plus 3 is equal to 0. Let us find the quadratic equation whose roots are these two values. So for that, first I am taking this value is equals to y. Let y is equals to 2 alpha by 3 minus 4 alpha, 3 minus 4 alpha, that is 3y minus 4y alpha is equals to 2 alpha, which implies 3y is equals to 2 alpha plus 4y alpha. Therefore the value of alpha is equals to 3y by 2 plus 4y. Now we are replacing this alpha value in this equation x square plus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. Since alpha is the root of this equation, So we are replacing this value in the quadratic equation, that is, so x square plus 7x plus 3 is equals to 0. So here alpha is equals to this value, that is 3y by 2 plus 4y whole square plus 7 into 3y by 2 plus 4y plus 3 is equals to 0. Now taking LCM, we get the answer. This is 9y square plus 21y into 2 plus 4y plus 3 into 2 plus 4y whole square. By taking the expansion, 4 plus 16y square plus 16y equals to 0. 9y square plus 42y plus 84y square plus 12 plus 48y square plus 48y equals to 0, which implies 84y square, 48y square, 132 plus 9, 141y square plus 42y, 48y, 90y plus 12 equals to 0, which implies 3 table cancellation. Now this is 47y square plus 30y plus 4 equals to 0. Now we compare this equation with ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Given that ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, this is the equation with the roots are 2 alpha by 3 minus 4 alpha and 2 beta by 3 minus 4 beta, and this is the equation 47y square plus 30y plus 4 equals to 0, which is the equation obtained by taking the 2 alpha by 3 minus 4 alpha as the root. By comparing these two equations, we get the values of a is equals to 47 here and b is equals to 30 and c is equals to 4 by comparing these two equations. So clearly we have that here GCD of ABC is equals to 1. Therefore the value of a plus b plus c is equals to, adding these three values, that is 77 plus 4, which is equals to 81. That is the fourth option. Next problem, the polynomial equation of degree 4 having real coefficients with 3 of its roots as 2 plus or minus root 3 and 1 plus 2i. So given that we want to find the polynomial equation of degree 4. Here 3 roots are given. First root is 2 plus root 3 and the second root is 2 minus root 3 and the third root is 1 plus 2i. So 1 plus 2i is the root of the equation, means 1 minus 2i is also the root of the equation. Since any complex number is the root of the equation, then its conjugate complex number is also the root of the polynomial. So here 1 plus 2i is a root of the equation, means 1 minus 2i is also the root of the equation. So here finally we have 4 roots. Now we want to find the polynomial equation. So first we are forming the quadratic equation by taking the first 2 roots, that is the equation is x square minus x into alpha plus beta 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3, that is 4, plus alpha into beta 4 minus 3 plus 1 equal to 0. So the first equation is x square minus 4x plus 1, and next by taking the next 2 roots, here 1 plus 2i 1 minus 2i. So therefore the equation is x square minus x into alpha plus beta 1 plus 2i plus 1 minus 2i, that is minus 2a plus 2a gets cancelled, 1 plus 1 2 plus 1 plus 2i into 1 minus 2i, 1 minus 4i square 1 plus 4 equals to 5 plus 5 equal to 0. Therefore the equation is x square minus 2x plus 5 equal to 0. Now to find the polynomial equation, simply we take the product of these two equations, that is x square minus 4x plus 1 into x square minus 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. Now taking the product here, x power 4 minus 4x cube plus x square minus 2x cube plus 8x square minus 2x plus 5x square minus 20x plus 5 is equals to 0. That is x power 4, that is x power 4 minus 6x cube plus 14x square minus 22x plus 5 equals to 0. That is the last option. Next problem, if 1 minus px whole power minus 1 by 1 minus qx is equals to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube and so on, then an is equals to. Now what is the value of an? That is a given question. So given that 1 minus px power inverse by 1 minus qx is equal to total this value, we have to find the value of an. So here a2 is a2 x square, a2 is nothing but x square coefficient, a3 x cube, a3 is nothing but the x cube coefficient. So similarly, to find the value of an, simply we take the x power n quotient in this expansion. That's a given quotient. So first we are taking the given expansion, which is 1 minus px whole inverse into 1 by 1 minus qx, which is nothing but 1 minus qx whole inverse. Now applying the formula, 1 minus x power minus 1, 1 minus x power minus 1 is nothing but 1 plus x square and so on so on. That is 1 plus px plus x square, t square x square plus x cube, p cube x cube and so on so on, x power n, that is p power n x power n and so on so on, into 1 minus qx whole inverse, that is 1 plus qx plus q square x square plus q cube x cube and so on so on, plus q power n x power n and so on so on. Now here q an is nothing but x power n quotient. So we are taking x power n quotient here, that is x power n coefficient is equals to, x power n quotient is equals to, so to get the x power n quotient, first we are multiplying this p power n with this 1, p power n into 1, that is first term is p power n, plus next we are multiplying this x term with x power n term of this series, that is here pn x power n, then what is the term before this term, x power n minus 1, p power n minus 1, that is the next term is p power n minus 1 into q, x into x power n minus 1 returns the value x power n quotient, that is p power n minus 1 into q, and the next term is p power n minus 2 into q square, and the next term is p power n minus 3 into q cube, and proceeding in this manner we will get the last term as q power n. This is the last term. When we observe that this series in GP series, so here the common ratio is t2 by t1 is equals to p power n minus 1 into q by p power n, which returns the value q by p, and here t3 by t2 is equals to p power n minus 2 q square by p power n minus 1 q, which also returns the value q by p. Therefore here the common ratio r is equals to q by p, and this is in GP series. Now we are applying the sum of the final series GP series formula, that is the applying the GP formula, a into 1 minus r power n plus 1 by 1 minus r. Now replacing the values, a value p power n into 1 minus r value q by p whole power r n plus 1 by 1 minus q by p. Now this is equals to p power n into p power n plus 1 minus q power n plus 1 by p power n plus 1 whole by p minus q by p. Now p power n plus 1, p power n, p power n plus 1. Here the remaining values p, and here p and p gets cancelled. The answer is equals to p power n plus 1 minus q power n plus 1 by p minus q. That is the second option. Next problem, let capital M and small m respectively denote the maximum and minimum values of f of theta whole square, where f of theta is equal to square root of a square cos square theta plus b square sin square theta plus square root of a square sin square theta plus b square cos square theta. Then what is the value of capital M minus small m? That's a given question. So here the options are a square plus b square, a minus b whole square, a square b square and a plus b whole square. So given that f of x is equal to f of theta is equal to this function, given that f of theta is equal to this function, now what also given that f of maximum and minimum values of f of theta whole square. So we are taking the value of f of theta whole square. So f of theta whole square is equals to expanding the square to this step. This is a plus b whole square, a square cos square theta plus b square sin square theta plus b square, a square sin square theta plus b square cos square theta plus 2ab, 2 into root over this value into root over this value. Now and this is equals to a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta, that is a square into cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is a square, b square sin square theta plus b square cos square theta, that is b square, plus 2 into square root of a square cos square theta plus b square sin square theta into a square sin square theta plus b square. Now given that capital M and small m are the maximum and minimum values of this expression, so capital M is equals to maximum value of f of theta whole square. So maximum value means we take cos theta is equal to sin theta. To get the maximum value, here we take sin theta is equal to cos theta. Sin theta is equal to cos theta means theta is equals to 45 degrees. Therefore, capital M value is equals to a square plus b square plus 2 into square root of this. This becomes a square plus b square by 2 into a square plus b square by 2. And this is equals to a square plus b square plus 2 into, now this is a square plus b square by 2 whole square, which returns the value a square plus b square by 2. And this is equals to 2 into 2a square plus 2b square. Now this is the maximum value of f of theta whole square. Next we take the minimum value. So minimum value is equal to small m. Now to get the minimum value, to get the maximum value, we take sin theta is equal to cos theta, then theta is equal to 45. And to get the minimum value, we replace theta is equals to 0. So to get the minimum value, we are taking theta is equal to 0 in this value. That is, this is equals to a square plus b square plus 2 into square root of cos theta, cos 0 1. So it returns the value only a square. Sin theta 0, sin 0 0, cos 0 1, sin 0 0, cos 0 1. So it returns the value b square. And this is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now we want the value of capital M minus small m. So capital M minus small m is equals to 2a square plus 2b square minus m minus c square minus b square minus 2ab. That is a square plus b square minus 2ab, which is a minus b whole square. That is the second option. Next problem, cot of sigma n is equal to 3 to 32 cot inverse of 1 plus sigma k is equal to 1 to n 2k. So we want to find this value. Options are 10 by 3, 8 by 3, 14 by 3, 16 by 3. So first we are expanding this step. Sigma k is equal to 1 to n 2k. That is, k, when we take k is equals to 1, then we get the term as 2 plus, when k is equal to 2, it returns 4, k is equal to 3, this is 6, k is equals to n, and so on, so on, k is equal to n, this is 2n. Now taking 2 common here, 2 into this is 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on n, which is equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. So this total value is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Now cot inverse of, now I take the term cot inverse of 1 plus that value, cot inverse of 1 plus n into n plus 1. And this is equals to tan inverse of 1 by, we are writing this term as tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus n into n plus 1. We know that cot inverse theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 by theta. So cot inverse of 1 by n into n plus 1 is equal to tan inverse into n plus 1. Tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus n into n plus 1. And this is equals to, in the next step we are writing this term as tan inverse of n plus 1 minus n by 1 plus n into n plus 1, which is in the form of tan inverse of x minus 1 by x, which is in the form of tan inverse of x minus 5 by 1 plus xy, and this is equals to tan inverse of n plus 1 minus tan inverse n. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy. So this is in the form of tan inverse x minus y by 1 plus xy, which is equals to tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of y. Therefore sigma n is equals to 3 to 32. In place of this total term, we are writing this value, which is equals to tan inverse of n plus 1 minus tan inverse of n. Now replacing n value here. So first when we take n is equal to 3, then it returns tan inverse of 4 minus tan inverse of 3. And we take n is equals to 4, then it returns tan inverse of 5 minus tan inverse of 4. And so on, so on, so on. When we take 32, then it returns tan inverse of 33 minus tan inverse of 32. So here all terms are cancelled except tan inverse 33 and tan inverse 3. Tan inverse of 4, tan inverse 4, tan inverse 5 and tan inverse 32 all are cancelled. So the remaining value is only tan inverse of 33 minus tan inverse of 3, and this is equals to, now which is in the form of tan inverse x minus tan inverse y, that is tan inverse of x minus 1 by x 1 plus xy, tan inverse of 33 minus 3 by 1 plus 33 into 3, tan inverse x minus y by 1 plus xy, that is tan inverse of 30 by 99 plus 100 equals to tan inverse of 3 by 10. So tan inverse of 3 by 10 means this is cot inverse of 10 by 3. Therefore given question is cot of this value, cot of this total value is equals to, so cot of required answer is cot of cot inverse 10 by 3 is equals to 10 by 3. That's all. This is the first option.